Hello folks, welcome to Secure Android App Development. This is the feedback at the end of week 1. My name is Gary, this is Toby.
Hi.
This is Ziad.
Hello.
And we are the academic team who have written the Mooc. So today we'd like to give you some feedback on some of the comments and some of the things that you have brought up during the week. Well, first of all, it's been a very exciting week. We have over 5,000 people registered on the Mooc. 1,700 of you have actually started the course, and we have over 350 comments, which has been very good indeed. So what we'll do now is just go through some of those comments you've made, some of the most popular ones. So some of the things that have been mentioned is that we seem to be using the 2014 OSWatch list of vulnerabilities. And people say, well, why are you using 2014 when there is a newer version in draft? And there are other systems out there giving the top mobile problems. Well, it's because the other systems are only in draft. So 2016 is in draft, and the tools that we're using are using the established 2014 list. So we want to keep the 2014 list to stop confusion when you actually use the static tools. Another question, again, this very, very similar question, has been about the references we use. Well, in academia, we try to go back as far as we can to the first time these things were mentioned. But even our references, as old as they are, don't go back as far as these problems were first mentioned. Because what we're trying to emphasize here, secure coding has been known about for many years, and people just don't do it. And so we're trying to give you old references so you can understand that this is not a new problem. It's a problem that's been on around a long time, and we're trying to emphasize that good coding practice has a relevance today, but it's been known about for a while, and we hope that people will start to code in a secure way. So Toby, you have some comments on the technical side?
Some of the students were asking about, or commenting rather, about the fact that security is not just about mobile security, and it's not just about securing your own personal information. And we saw that with the example of the Jeep Cherokee hack, but it obviously goes much broader than that. I mean, every day you read in the news, there's yet another story about somebody's systems who've been hacked. So yeah, I mean, it is a much broader problem, and also it can be quite serious. I mean, governments now are concerned about potential attacks on critical national infrastructure. So this is quite a big and serious problem. Though obviously in this course we have to constrain things somewhat, so we're going to focus on Android security. Another question that's come up has been about permissions, and about how Android apps ask for lots of permissions that are irrelevant. Well, this is actually something we're going to cover in quite a lot of depth in week 3. So look forward to that. The final thing I'd like to talk about was Andrew asked about whether it was a security issue, the fact that Android's open source, and whether it could be reverse engineered, and whether that was a security issue. Well, in security, one of the key tenets is that you don't do security through obscurity. So the idea is that the more people who can look at your code and check whether it's got defects, the more secure it will be. I mean, you protect your information through securing encryption keys, which are small pieces of information that you can hold on to and guard, but you don't protect it by making the algorithms that you use or the architecture or whatever of your code secret, because that's too difficult to hide. So and it's too complicated as well. So you want as many people as possible to look at it. So yeah, don't worry about the fact that Android's open source. That's actually quite a good thing.
So Ziad, you also have some technical...
we get a couple of brilliant comments from a couple of students, and Cruz comment on what version of Android we can use in this course, and what is the preferable for developers as a version of Android, and what is the from point of view as a company if we want to go with bring your own device policy. So which version of Android we're using or programming for each one of them. So the answer for that is we're using the latest version. Starting from the next week, we will help you to set up and starting your development environment. And for the developers, it's better to stick with the current latest technology, with the updated version of developed environment. That will bring you a lot of features and a lot of security capabilities, as Toby will discuss in chapter 4.
Indeed, sort of an Android 5 and Android 6 and actually Android 7. A lot of new features have been introduced that make Android a lot more secure.
Yeah, and about if you are a company want to go with the beyond policy, you have to know the requirement for your mobile device management, because that will set the requirement, not the actual need, because you eventually will use mobile device management software, and that will set the requirement and for the operating system. Another comment by Ant Harrison, he thinks that are we overlooked insider threats? But I'm researching on mitigating cyber attacks on document inside an organization, and I know what you mean and how it's dangerous to be attacked by insider. This is what we're addressing as bring your own device environment, because if the personal device is attacked and it's unsecure, when it's come to the environment, it's unconsciously it will become insider attack, and it's unattended.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, once it's on the company's network, it's inside their firewall. So
it will become insider attack, even if it's personal attack. So this is the comment that I want to mention here. And also I want to thank all the students that participating in this course. They make it really active and really responsive. And this is a couple of the comments that we summarize here. But you've seen that there is more than 1,000 in total comments, and some articles get 350, as Gary's mentioned, in one thread. That was really, really brilliant. We thank you for that.
Right, thank you very much, folks. So next week we'll be looking at putting together an environment that allows you to do a static analysis on code. So we'll be looking at the VirtualBox, the operating system, downloading a tool from HP, and then we will provide you with an app that has some bugs in it. And we will then step by step talk you through how to analyse that code. So we look forward to seeing the comments and you getting involved in coding next week.